Hello, Illumineers. I'm James, and this is the Dan Regal. And it is reveal season, and that means we're going to be getting into the newest Disney Lorcana set, Wilds Unknown. Now, first off, the set is pre-releasing on May 8th, and will be in regular release on May 15th. And we got a bunch of news today about some new cards, the pre-release boxes, all that kind of information. We're just going to get right into it and go through all of this, review some of the cards, and also look at some future sets and some information about what's coming up. So let's go ahead and just get right into what was revealed. And here we go. All right. So we have, first off, Wilds Unknown. Again, coming out soon, May 8th for pre-release. And then we have new cards. Okay, so first of all, we know this is Pixar. Pixar is coming into Disney Lorcana for the first time. One of the first franchises coming in is Toy Story, and we have a couple of new cards here. We have Woody, Jungle Guide in Amber, 5 cost unequal, 1 strength, 5 willpower with 2 lore, a Floodborn, Hero, and Toy, a new type for cards. This is a shift 3 with the ability Let's Get Moving. Whenever this character quests, draw a card, then you may play a character with cost 2 or less for free. That is pretty good ability. Anything for free is going to be good. Now, 2 cost or less obviously isn't a very high powered card, but there's some good stuff. You can get some singers out in Amber with Angel, plenty of other things. Now, toys, we haven't seen very many other toys yet, but I'm going to guess that there's going to be some 2 cost toys that you might want to be playing. The other ability, Everyone Gather Round. Your other toy characters get +1 willpower. So those cheaper 2 cost or less toys you're playing now have a little bit more staying power. This is a legendary. Looks very cool. The art is by Joachim van Gool. He has done a lot of cards over the history of Disney Lorcana, and this one looks really cool. The art is amazing, as usual. We also have Pizza Planet Location, 2 cost Emerald with 7 willpower, 2 move cost, and it has 2 abilities and 1 lore pip. First ability, you are clear to enter. Your toy characters can move here for free. And Heavily Guarded, whenever a character is challenged while here, each opponent loses 1 lore. So this is what Emerald loves to do, and that is basically mess with your opponent. Have some fun stuff going on. So we also got to see a couple of cards from another franchise from Pixar that is being added to Disney Lorcana, and that is Brave, one of my favorite movies. And we have here Merida, the formidable archer, in steel, 5 cost uninkable, 3 strength, 5 willpower, 2 lore, and the types Storyborn, Hero, Princess, and 2 abilities. This is another legendary. We got to see multiple legendaries, which is really cool. So the first ability, Full Quiver. When you play this character, you may return an action card named 3 arrows from your discard to your hand. And of course, we also have the 3 arrows revealed, which we'll get to in just a second. And Steady Aim, whenever one of your actions deals damage to an opposing character, deal 2 damage to that character. Extra damage. It's going to be very good, especially with this 3 arrows action. 3 cost Inkable Steel. Deal 2 damage to chosen character. Then you may deal 1 damage to another chosen character. So the great thing about this, of course, is if you play this early, like on turn 3, maybe, you play the 3 arrows, and you can deal 2 damage to one character and 1 damage to another. In the current meta, the game, there is a few 1 strength characters that are being played on turn 1 that you may want to remove with that 1 extra damage and 2 to whatever 2 cost they played. You may be able to clear both of those characters, and then you have a clear board ready to go for their turn 3. So the other thing that is really nice about this is that this Merida, once she's out, she can get this back so you can play it again. And then when you play it again, you're going to deal that same 2 damage to chosen character and then 1 damage to another character. But now you're going to be able to do an extra 2 damage from Merida's ability. So you'll be able to do 4 damage and 3 damage. That is going to be helping you clear a lot of boards with this combination here. I'm looking forward to trying this out. And 3 arrows is also a reveal of one of our first epics. the epics are very cool. You're going to get these every. They're the rarity that's in between legendary and enchanted, and some of the epics. There's the full art. They got the foiling. They look very cool. Next up, we have the pre-release box. Now we knew this was coming, and of course we have those question marks there. We didn't know what those postcards were or what the promo cards were, but we're going to get one of 6 random promo cards inside the set. Now, I haven't seen yet the postcards, but we do know what the promos are that are coming in here. One of 6 promos you can get in every pre-release box. Now, the pre-release box is coming out at the same time as the set, May 8th. And the first two promos we're getting, there's one in every ink color. And these things are going to be this kind of ability or story or lore thing that is going on in Wilds Unknown, which is there are these travelers. And these travelers are going to be introducing or helping you go into one of 3 regions in the realm of Lorcana. And we'll get to that in a minute. But these travelers, there's going to be one in each ink color. And the first one in amber is Ariel, Curious Traveler, a 4-cost inkable, a 3 strength, 3 willpower, 2 lore pips, a Dreamborn Hero Princess with the ability Familiar Ground. Whenever this character quests, if you played another character this turn, chosen opposing character can't challenge and must quest during their turn, if able. So what all of these are going to be is if this character quests, and if you played another character, then you get some kind of an effect that is beneficial to you. All of these travelers will have this ability. The Maleficent, 5-cost amethyst inkable, 3 strength, 5 willpower. The Imperious Traveler, 2 lore, and the ability Heed My Words. Whenever this character quests, if you played another character this turn, you may exert chosen opposing character. The exert opposing character is a amethyst ability that we've seen on a lot of characters, and it's nice to see it continuing here. Next up, we have in Emerald, a 6-cost inkable, 4 strength, 4 willpower, Cruella de Vil, Judgmental Traveler. 4 lore pips. That is a lot of questing power. And the ability You're Out of Fashion, whenever this character quests, if you played another character this turn, you may banish chosen damaged character. Emerald loves to do things to damaged characters. There are cards that can give 1 or 2 damage. Let's say 3 arrows that we just saw. If you're playing Emerald and Steel combined, you'll be able to put that 1 extra damage on a character, and then this character will be able to quest, you'll play another character, and then you can banish whatever damaged character you just put that 1 damage on. Doesn't matter how much, just as long as it's damaged, you can banish it. And then we have in Ruby, we have the 4-cost inkable Queen of Hearts, Impatient Traveler, a 4 strength, 2 willpower, Dreamborn Villain Queen with 2 lore pips and the ability Royal Command. Whenever this character quests, if you play another character this turn, chosen character gains a rush this turn. So the character you just played that activates this ability, you can now give rush. Another thing that Ruby loves to do is be very aggressive in challenging, and being able to do that with a rush is a great thing. And then finally, the remaining 2 inks we have in Sapphire, Cinderella, Resourceful Traveler, a 4-cost inkable, 1 strength, 4 willpower with 2 lore, Dreamborn Hero Princess, the ability This and That. Whenever this character quests, if you played another character this turn, you may put the top card of your deck into your inkwell face down and exerted. This is going to be giving you extra ink, just like the Cinderella did from Whispers in the Well. This one just does it in a different way, and it's inkable, where the other one is not. So you're going to be able to either use both. You're going to be able to take your pick if you want more inkable cards in your deck. So you have your choices here. And then in Steel, we have Pocahontas, Steadfast Traveler, 4-cost inkable, 4 strength, 5 willpower, Dreamborn Hero Princess with 1 lore. Wandering Spirit is the ability. Whenever this character quests, if you played another character this turn, return a location card from your discard to your hand. So this is a Location Matters card that is going to help enable a location deck. If you are getting them early, the ones with lower willpower maybe are getting banished a little easier. You can get them back and replay them for whatever beneficial abilities that they have. Now you'll notice that on all of these promos, you have the Wilds Unknown logo in the bottom right corner of the art. And that is because in the pre-release boxes, each promo is going to have that stamp so you know where you got it from. They're going to be exclusive to those pre-release boxes. There are 6, one from each ink. They'll be foil, and they look great with the new challenge border, and they have that challenge icon for the promo symbol. And these will all be part of the promo set for this Wilds Unknown set. All right, so next up, we also have so each of these travelers was again introducing you to a region in the realm of Lorcana, and each of these there's 3 different regions. The Wildernaught is the jungle, the Great Empty Sea is the desert, and Torchlight Peaks are the mountains. And we're going to have characters in those areas that are revealed and cards that are in this set. So, for example, we have this Woody, leader of the toys, a 4-cost inkable amber, 3 strength, 4 willpower, and the ability Let's Go Home. When you play this character, look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal a toy character card or a location card named Andy's Room and put it in your hand, and then put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. So this is a card that is in the jungle. The Merida, Gifted Archer, is also in the jungle. It's 5-cost inkable, 3/6 with 2 lore, Floodborn Hero Princess at shift 3, and the ability Fierce Protection. While this character is exerted, whenever an opposing character challenges, you may deal 1 damage to the challenging character. And again, this 1 damage is going to be maybe allow you to trade cards a little, do that 1 extra damage that banishes it, where normally you wouldn't. So that's a really nice ability to have. And then we have in the desert, we have Gadget Hack Wrench, Resourceful Mechanic, 1 strength, 5 willpower, 4-cost uninkable sapphire character with 1 lore and 2 abilities. Time to Tinker. When you play this character, you may play an item with cost 3 or less for free. And well supplied, your characters with support get +1 lore. This pairs well with lots of sapphire characters because they have a lot of support, or you can play the Alice Growing Girl that gives everyone support, and then they all have +1 lore. Then we also have the Remote Ink Lens in Ruby, a location that is 2-cost inkable with 6 willpower, 2 move cost, 1 lore pip, and 2 abilities. Eroding Winds at the start of your turn. Put the top card of your deck into your discard. That's a great ability. You're in the desert. Things are going wrong. You might not have some water, right? And you're slowly going to lose your deck because of this card. Successful Expedition. Characters get 2 strength while here. But while they are off in the desert, maybe they're able to challenge a little more here and get you 1 lore if this location stays in play. And then finally, we have Luisa Madrigal, Confident Climber. This is in the mountains. 5-cost inkable amethyst card, 6 strength, 4 willpower. Floodborn Ally Madrigal types. Shift 3 with 1 lore. This is another one of the legendaries we've had revealed. The ability, I can take it. Spend 1 ink and then move up to 1 damage from chosen character of yours to this character. Then, if this character has 3 or more damage, move all damage from this character to chosen opposing character. This is another ability that a lot of Amethyst characters have, the moving damage. We've had the Bell, couple of Bell cards. We've had the Cheshire Cat, all being able to move damage. And now you can move damage from one of your characters to this one, and then immediately send it on to an opposing character. Now this one, if you can increase the willpower of this character, she can take a lot more damage to be able to move. And all you have to have is enough ink to pay for each one of those damages. There is no limit. There is no exerting needed. You can see that it's just pay 1 ink. You don't have to exert anything to use this ability. So you can do it as soon as she's played. If you have enough ink to move damage, you can do it as soon as she hits the board. And then we have this Mr. Incredible here, taking out the trash in steel, a 4-cost inkable, 4 strength, 4 willpower with 1 lore, and the ability Kapow. When you play this character, you may deal 2 damage to chosen opposing robot or villain character. Very simple, very straight. When he comes in, he's going to hit something. Now, you can see that there's other Incredibles in the background. The Mrs. Incredible and Frozone. And it looks like there's something going on to the left of the art, and that's because this is a connecting piece of art that you will be able to see when you get both of the cards. Now, the other card we haven't had revealed yet, but there will be another piece, another card that completes this set. And then next up, we have another card that was revealed. Now, this one is special. This one is going to get the video treatment where they go into depth about how they created this card. This is Buzz Lightyear Jungle Ranger. He uses 7 cost on Inkable, 7 strength, 5 willpower with 2 lore, Floodborn Hero, Toy, and Captain. He shifts on 5, 2 abilities, take charge. When you play this character, you may return an action card with cost 7 or less from your discard to your hand. That's some pretty expensive actions you can get back. And then advanced training, whenever you play an action, chosen character gets +1 lore this turn. So you can play the action, whatever it may be that you just got back. And then you can, like if it's a song, songs are actions as well. You can sing it with another character, give a third character an extra lore, and quest for a little bit more. So we are looking forward to seeing all of the Toy Story characters that we're getting in here. But the reason why we are seeing this one, and this one has a bit of a special alternate art that was revealed as well. And that is the iconic. That's right, Buzz Lightyear is iconic in Wilds Unknown. Now you'll notice that this art is by Coney, who did the art on the regular Legendary, the regular version as well. Full art, you can see all the vines going all the way around throughout this card. It's a very pretty card. It fits the emerald theme. It's got all that emerald everywhere. It's got the vines everywhere. The vines have been here for a little while now, and they're attacking everything. You can see also the little toy aliens, the toy machine, the aliens in the background there. And it's just really cool art. It's got this the circle Art Nouveau kind of motif to it that they are calling Lore Nouveau, I think is what they're calling it. But it's very cool. And all of the Enchanteds and Iconics are going to have this style where you have like this circle around the character or whatever is happening on the card, which is going to make them look all themed towards this style. And they've been doing that for Enchanteds for the last few sets, where each set of Enchanteds and alternate arts have this really cool style going forward. And then now some of you may have thought that because we are getting Buzz for one of the Iconics that we're going to get Woody, but that is not the case. And that may be disappointing for some, but there's a reason for it, and we'll get to that reason in a minute. But the other Iconic is one that is one of my favorites that they've done, and that is Merida, the Formidable Archer. And this art I just love, and you can see again the circle with the the stone in the background, the design there, so that she is the focus of the center here. And it's just this art by Jared Matthews is just gorgeous. I love it. I would love to have this card, but of course they are very hard to pull out of booster packs. So maybe someday, but probably not. But again, these are both of the Iconics for Wilds Unknown. Good luck hunting if this is what you're after. I would love to have this card. All right, so after the Iconics, we're going to talk a little bit about some other things that you can get with the Wilds Unknown release. And the first thing is the 2-player starter set, 2 decks in 1 box, so that 2 players, you can just buy this box and you can start playing if you don't know how to play the game. Now, we already knew that this was coming. We already knew what was inside, and we had revealed 3 of the cards that are these. It says there's 4 special foil cards inside, and we had already known 3 of them: the Buzz, the Jack, and the Mrs. Incredible. But the 4th card we did not know, and we have gotten that one revealed, and that is going to be Jessie, Lively Cowgirl, a 3-cost inkable amber card with 3 strength, 3 willpower, and 2 abilities. Part of a family. Whenever this character quests, if you have 2 or more other toys in play, draw a card. Card draws, awesome. And all you need to do is quest and have more toys out. Of course, you can have more toys out. You're going to build a toy deck, right? And then Yodelay Hee-Ho. Whenever you pay 2 or less to play a card, chosen opposing character gets -1 strength until the start of your next turn, allowing you to either challenge into them and not take that 1 extra damage, or not allowing them to give you that damage if you're questing instead. All right, and then next up, we have promos. So we got to see a lot of promos, and when we see the promos, that means we're getting card reveals because all of the promos they're showing us have not been revealed yet. So the first one is the seasonal promo. Now, the seasonal promo is always the promo during the set that they take and they will give at conventions and appearances. So like Gen Con that is coming up in August, or D23. If they're going to be handing out a promo at that convention that is just not exclusive to that convention, it's going to be the seasonal promo for that set. So this one is an Amethyst Violet Par, learning new powers, 4 strength, 2 willpower, 3 cost, inkable, and it has evasive, and it has the ability to deflect. When you play this character, you may move 1 damage from chosen character to chosen opposing character. So again, the typical moving damage in Amethyst, and it's only 1 damage, which is fairly typical for the 3 cost that this character is. It's that bell that was released a few sets ago also is 3 cost, one damage move. Now, the Dash Par, that is a buy a box promo. So when you go to your local game store on pre-release, if you buy a booster box from them while they have the supply, you will get this Dash Par promo for buying a full booster box. It is an Amethyst card, 4 cost, uninkable, 3 strength, 2 willpower, 2 lore, Rush, which allows it to challenge when it's played, and for the first time ever, the record time ability on this card allows this character to quest the turn he's played. That has never been possible before. This is the only card that has it. Are we going to get more like this? We don't know. Maybe every dash card, if there's multiple dash cards in this set, are going to have the record time ability so that he can quest whenever he's played. This is a great ability that allows you to instantly gain lore and have a character on the board as soon as it's played. This may help you win and close out a game if all you need is that 2 more lore to win the game. So other promos we have are the weekly play promos. These are the ones you'll get at your local game store when you're playing every week. However, they have chosen to hand them out, whether it's, for finishing well, random, give out, points, whatever it may be. You're going to be able to get the Will o' the Wisp in Amethyst, a 1 cost 0/3 with 1 lore that has the ability to come on out. When this character is banished in a challenge, you may return this card to your hand. And then Lenny, the toy binoculars from Toy Story, a 0/2, 3 cost inkable in Emerald with 2 abilities. Take a good look. When you play this character, chosen opponent reveals their hand and discards an action card of your choice. Now, this is pretty interesting because usually this reveal and discard an action card of your choice, we've seen this a lot in Amber. We did see it for songs with Ursula, which makes sense because Ursula will steal your voice, so she's stealing songs is very thematic. But we usually see this in Amber where they take an action card like the Mowgli that was from a couple sets ago. And the second ability is coming up fast. Once during your turn, whenever you play an action, you may ready this character. That is very cool because this is, now it's only once, but the ready is not restricted. So it can quest again, it can sing again, it can challenge. I don't know why you would challenge with 0 strength, but it could. Anyway, this is a non-restricted ready, so you can get 2 lore out of this character on 1 turn if you also play an action. And then finally, of the weekly play promos, we have Zipper in Sapphire, Tiny Helper, 0 strength, 4 willpower, and 1 lore. And he's just a 1 cost 0/4 character, no abilities. He's a vanilla, but we all need 1 cost, right, to be able to have something to play on 1 turn. Anyway, that is it for the weekly play promos. We have a couple other promos that were revealed. The first one is the Magical Places promo, which is available at pre-release at Disney Parks, is the Buzz Lightyear that we have seen before from the 2-player starter set. So this one is one that we already have seen before, but it is very cool that we are getting a Buzz Lightyear as the Magical Places promo. This means it will be available and has been available in the past at Disneyland, Disneyland Paris, and Walt Disney World. Sometimes they have shown up at events at Disney stores. I think in the last set it was available at the Disney store in London, possibly in Ireland as well. It was not at Times Square, however. So this one, be on the lookout for information if you live near any one of those places, or maybe visiting the parks during pre-release time. make sure you know that this if this will be available at where you are visiting the parks. And then we have the set championship promos. Now, this is why Woody's not an iconic, because he is the set championship promo. So that means if you want the Buzz and Woody alternate arts, you are going to need to get the iconic Buzz, and you're going to need to get the set championship Woody. And that means you need to play to get it for the top, because the top 8 is the one who gets the foil promos. The participation promo is not foiled. So there will also be, of course, the championship playmat will be available to the winner of the set championship. I do not have a image of that, unfortunately, but it is this Woody on a playmat, and it looks great. Great art, and again, you'll notice as an enchanted, because this is the enchanted foil treatment, it has the circle around it, so it matches the Woody or the Buzz with the Nouveau style, the Lore Nouveau style that is on the iconic. So if you do get both of them, they will look very similar next to each other, which is very cool. They are matching set. All right. So this is our product that you'll be able to get on pre-release. You have booster displays, Trove, the pre-release box, playmats. Now, these are the 2 regular release playmats, the Super Goof from way back in, I think it was in Ursula's Return set, and the Merida from this set. And now there are 2 playmats that are not in this picture because they are not regular release, and that is the Rapunzel and the Toy Story, the key art from Wilds Unknown. Now you'll notice that it says that the Wilds Unknown playmat with Buzz and Woody is foil. Now, the last time we had a foil playmat was just last set with the Mickey and Minnie, and it was available only at Disney parks. So we don't know. I have not gotten the information on when these will be available, but my guess is that they will be available similar to how playmats were available from the last set. And then we are going to move on to, that is it for Wilds Unknown. We are going to move on to, what is this? This is the next set. This set is coming out. Well, we don't know yet, do we? We don't know, but we do, because that is coming up. This is Attack of the Vine, or should we say Attack of the Vine, because there's an exclamation point. This one we found out, we do have a release date, and that is pre-release on July 17th with full release on July 24th. Now, this is earlier than we thought. Most of us were guessing that the release would be in early August, but they have moved it forward to in the middle of July. Could be a lot of reasons why, we don't know, but my guess is that they wanted to get it ahead of things like Gen Con and D23 and the North American Championship. They wanted it out, make sure it was out for plenty of time so that we could get all of the cards that we needed and not have any problems. And then we are going to get a couple of 3 cards revealed from Attack of the Vine. And we have Monsters, Inc. And we have Mike Wazowski and Amber, 1 cost, 2 strength, 1 willpower, with the ability to make them laugh. When you play this character, you may pay 2 ink to give chosen character +1 lore this turn. So on turn 1, probably not a great idea because you don't have that extra 2 ink to pay to give someone an extra lore. But for late game, maybe this is the 1 cost plus the 2 extra ink, so 3 ink total, that you need to, again, give that 1 extra lore to win the game. And then next we have in Ruby, we have Boo, Energetic Child, a 0 strength, 1 willpower, 3 cost uninkable. She has the rush ability, so she can challenge as soon as you play her. She has 1 lore, and she has the ability Catastrophe. When this character challenges another character with 3 strength or less, banish that character. So she doesn't do any damage, and it even says, as part of the ability, no damage is dealt in that challenge. That means that she doesn't take damage either. So she will be able to be played, rush into a chosen character with 3 strength or less, and it's immediately banished, even though she does no damage, and she doesn't take any damage. Now, she will be exerted, and of course, when she is challenged back, you'll be able to banish her because that ability is only when she is challenging another character. But this is a very cool ability that a 3 cost uninkable, of course, it's a little difficult, because it's uninkable, but this can rush into something. You have the ability with your 2-cost character to sing something like Della's Moon Lullaby. That reduces the strength of a character. So if it is above 3, you can get it down below 3 and then banish it. I think this is an excellent card. We'll see if it gets played, but I love the ability that this is going to basically allow you to remove something that is exerted whenever possible. And then we have finally Sully, the new boss, a 5-cost uninkable, 4 strength, 4 willpower with bodyguard and 1 lore, and the ability rehire. When you play this character, you may return a character card from your discard to your hand. That is a very good ability. Getting characters back that have been banished, always a good always a good ability, because that keeps cards in your hand. All right, what else do we have about Wilds Unknown? Sorry, Attack of the Vine. We have product. Very cool. The packaging is great. I love it. The Attack of the Vine with all of the glowing green. But we have 3 playmats shown here. We're going to get the pre-release kit, pre-release box, like we do for those are going to be a thing going forward now. You'll notice that there is no 2-player starter set, and that is because the starter sets are going to have an extended life. They are not going to be coming out every set. They're going to actually have about a 6-month life on the shelf and release. So basically, we're going to get 2-player sets a year. Every 6 months, we'll get a 2-player set. Now, the playmats, you can see that the one on the far left is the art from Attack of the Vine with Sully and Mike Wazowski and Boo. The other one on the left is art from the Circle of Life card. It looks like that's what it's from. We can't see the whole thing, but I'm guessing that's what it is. And then on the far right, you'll see again, there's a foil playmat that is releasing with Attack of the Vine. And we, again, don't know how this is going to be released, but you'll notice that that looks like it's the Honey Wizard. And this is a very specific Honey Wizard. This is from the Great Honey Rescue Adventure set that is coming out soon. And let's talk about that now. But that's where that art is from. We don't know if it's a card or it's key art from the design. We don't know yet. But the Great Honey Rescue Illumineer's Quest, a co-op adventure. So every year we get a new Illumineer's Quest. And this one is the Great Honey Rescue. Now, previously we had the Palace Heist and Deep Trouble from the last 2 sets. This one is going to be a similar format. It's a co-op. You can play it with one or 2 players right off the bat. What's in the box, you can have your friends bring decks and you can have more players. But what's really interesting about this is, now we got a little tease of this at Gamma Expo a month or so ago. But what's really cool is that in the previous sets, you were trying to defeat the villain. Like in Deep Trouble, you had to beat Ursula. And in the Palace Heist, you were trying to beat Jafar by stealing the crown back and then getting enough lore to beat him. In this case, now you're rescuing some of your fellow Illumineers or Glimmers. And I think that's really cool that it's a little bit of a change. And so this is coming out in October of this year, and the retail price will be $59.99. That's been the price for all of the Illumineer's Quest. You're going to get, if everything follows that has happened in the past, you're going to get a couple of play decks for you and for 2 players. You're going to get a villain deck. You're going to get a playmat or a play board. You're going to get some special cards or card to win when you complete the game in a little special foil package. And you're going to get some special little cardboard boxes to keep everything in. So it's very cool. I'm very much looking forward to this set. Next up, the next set. Now, we already knew that Coco was going to be in the set that is coming out in the 4th quarter of 2026. This is new key art for what is coming out. Now, let's reveal the name because we do know the name now. It is called Hyperia City. We don't know anything about it. We just know that's the name. And we're guessing that Hyperia City is where Miguel is right now. And so we were told that this art has some clues about the set. Now, it's got a lot of color in it. It's got some characters in the background that look like they're just normal people. They don't look like glimmers. They don't look like any, specific characters. But what we do have is this swirl of going around Miguel is all of the ink colors. And so I'm thinking what do we have that's going to use all of these ink colors? Are we going to get multicolor ink cards? Now we've had dual inks in the past where it was two, but this one has a swirl of every ink color around him. And does that mean we are now going to get more than two inks on a card, where it's possible to use in a multitude of decks? That will be interesting to see. So I don't know if there's any other clues that are in the background or on this art. As you can see, the posters and the signs are in different colors of the ink colors, so emerald and sapphire and all that kind of thing. So this is a very colorful picture, lots of cool things. And I think maybe the fact that all these colors are showing up is kind of like that clue that multicolor is on the way. But we'll have to wait and see. And then, almost finally, we have the first tease of what's coming in Q1 of 2027, and that is Onward. We have here pictured Barley and Ian Lightfoot. And as you can see on Ian, he's got that amethyst circle on him. And then on Barley's arm, the armor he's wearing is in the amber weave. So that is giving us a clue as to what these characters are. We're going to have an amethyst and an amber character from Onward from Pixar. So we're continuing to get Pixar characters in every set going forward, and it is going to be very cool. I cannot wait to see all of the cards coming. So what is your favorite card that was revealed, or new franchise that's coming that we haven't seen before? What are you most interested in to play? Is something going to be like, for me, as soon as I get them, I'm playing Merida cards with the 3 arrows, and I'm trying to find a deck that works with those. What are you going to be building? What is most interesting to you out of this new set? I really appreciate all of you tuning in and going over all of the reveals and what was happening on the special Lorecast and all of the cool stuff that's coming. I can't wait to see all of the stuff that is happening. And so, again, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate all of you watching, and we'll see you in the next one.